Hello and welcome to this video. We are continuing our tutorial series, and right now we are done with our modeling steps and we already created some column. Now we are going to create some measures, and in the last step we have created few columns, calculated columns. Now the way is that we can go ahead and use those as in our visuals, and then we have a default aggregation as summarization, so we don't need to do it. But to better organize ourselves, we are going to create a set of measures which we are going to give it to the end user. So we are going to create measures on top of it. Right now it is not necessary because we could have actually given a column and the user can choose the aggregation, and default is already sum. But let's learn how to create different set of measures and how to organize them. So what we'll do is first, as a first step, we will create a measure table. Now there is no concept of a folder, so what we do is we manage these measures into a table, and let's call this as a measure table. And column name is not important right now because we are going to hide that. So let's create a table. Now this is the first column which is there. If I hide that column, it will hide the table from the model right now, and then I have to again go back and add some columns to it. But what we are going to do is, let's first create a measure, and measure actually belongs to a model. They don't belong to a table, so they can move across the table. So what I am going to do is I'm going to click on this table and then click on a new measure, and then simply going to go ahead and create a gross measure. And whatever I'm going to create, I'm going to call that as m, so that we can able to differentiate in our analysis that what we are using as a measure. And then I try to add gross, which is gross, net, and all those are we are going to create as a measures now. So we created gross m, and gross m is our now available here. I can go ahead and right click on the column and say hide. So it's now going to hide it, and it's not going to hide the table because table has one visible measure or column. And now click again here and quickly go ahead and create one more new measure, which is net. So net is nothing but sum of net. Now discount amount, which is sum of discount. They are going to take the new columns which we have created in the last video. And the now we have the calculation available for discount percentage in terms of measures. We're going to take margin. This is nothing but sum of margin. COGS, let's do COGS also. This is nothing but sum of, and we have to call it a margin. We are actually we have not renamed this as margin M. Let's rename it as a margin M. So now we have all the columns. Similarly, net we have not renamed as net M. So let's go ahead and rename it as net M, just to differentiate between our columns and measures. And discount M again. So now everything is correct. Now we need discount percentage and my margin percentage. And why we prefer discount percentage only as a measure, not as a column, because column is a row level calculation where discount is not be a weighted discount. It is just division, and then we'll do a simple aggregation average. But it actually should be sum of A divided by sum of B, means discount amount should sum and then the gross sale should sum, and then they should divide at different levels. Then only we will get the correct weighted discount. So for that, now we are going to create a measure and prefer always division as a measure only. So we call it discount M percentage, discount measure percentage, and we will use divide so that we don't have to handle the infinity divide by 0 denominator, because it's going to take care of that. And then what should be on the top is discount M, and what should be below is gross. On the gross we calculate the discount, and this is what we got, discount M percentage. And we could call it discount percentage only because we are not going to create any column on that, so let's call it discount percentage. Similarly, we are going to have margin percentage, and margin percentage again, it's a percentage column. So percentage column we will prefer only as the division as a measure. And what is that is margin and we have the net sales. On top of net sales, how much margin we have. So we net time we are going to take, and this is what the column we got. So now we have calculated all these measures. We are ready to do some kind of analysis on top of that. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you.